Pay attention to this equation right here. Love equals truth plus grace. Well, I recently heard this equation in a podcast, and it really struck me deeply. As a time management and productivity mentor who has worked with thousands of people, this equation hit me different because it's something that I have been observing for a while now. If you really want to make a difference in someone's life, you really have to tell them the truth, but with grace. If you want to truly impact people positively, you have to tell them the truth, no sugarcoating, no matter the situation, but with grace. But Rod, what does this mean in practice? Well, telling the truth, being honest, sometimes brutally honest, is necessary. And this means showing what's wrong even if it hurts. It means refusing to sugarcoat when you clearly see that the person's decisions are taking them in a destructive pathway. Because when I see someone sabotaging their own potential, hiding behind excuses, living in denial, I have to speak up. I have to say something. Because that's what love is. Again, love equals truth with grace. And truth without grace can be really harsh and can actually be really crushing to someone. That's why it's important to have grace. And grace means delivering the hard truths, but with compassion, understanding that maybe you walked that pathway in the past, and maybe someone wasn't as graceful with you, or didn't even understand your position, but now that you do, facing that truth with grace, that's what's going to make the person change, sometimes even quicker, and sometimes make the change at all. And here's the truth a lot of people don't want to hear. If you are instructing someone, if you are helping or assisting someone in staying inside their comfort zone, you're actually not helping them. You're actually doing the opposite. Because real growth happens in discomfort. Real growth happens with struggles, in the middle of struggles. Think about the metamorphosis of a butterfly inside a cocoon. When that butterfly is still a larva inside the cocoon and it's growing, it's struggling to break free. If you were to just do a little slice in that cocoon just to quote unquote help that larva break free, well, you're actually killing the larva and you're actually not helping at all. You're doing the opposite, because it's during that struggle, it's during the growth process that the larva can have the strength, the resilience to grow into a beautiful butterfly. Those wings are only going to grow for the butterfly to be able to fly during that struggle, during that process that is inside the cocoon that feels really tight, but is within that growth that the butterfly breaks free and is able to fly. The same principle applies to personal development. Sometimes I see people struggling with time management and productivity, and one side of me thinks, well, let me create some sort of a shortcut here for them, or give them like almost a step-by-step process that they can follow without fail, and they're gonna break free of this. But the other side of me thinks, well, this person really needs to understand that the struggle that they are going through right now is what's going to make them grow, right? So ignoring the struggles and not really facing the struggles is not a part of the growing process. Jesus said in that famous phrase to his disciples that you can find in John chapter 8, verse 32, that says, "The truth will set you free." He did not say, This comfortable environment will set you free. Those affirmations will set you free. Because the real truth, uncomfortable, uncompromising truth, is actually what is able to set you free. So when it comes to time management and productivity, I usually do an exercise with the person that wants to improve their ability to manage time. And the exercise is, let's see what's your, right now, what's your benchmark? How are you utilizing your time? And don't sugarcoat it, don't try to hide it. If you're wasting the majority of your daily productive time, that's great. To me, that's great because obviously gives us a better, a benchmark that you can only grow from it. So doing this honest and truthful assessment is key for growth. This is actually what's going to help expose those productivity traps, the procrastination that you're hiding, or those moments that you are pretending to be productive, but you actually are not, and you're not seeing results, obviously. So that's the process that you cannot hide, because then you're hiding your progress. And then grace enters into this equation when you can put yourself in the other person's position with grace, because you've been through that. You know that it's painful to shed light on things that deep down you know it's wrong with your productivity, with how you're spending your time. You know it's wrong, but it's also painful. It's painful to uncover those truths. And grace means that you're not looking at those situations in judgment. You're not judging, you are actually loving, and loving is truth plus grace. You're instructing the person in order to see the problem, see the real truth, but with compassion, and that is going to transform the person into making the changes. So, in essence, truth alone, it's not enough. It's cruel sometimes. And then grace alone is enabling. You're just enabling someone to continue in the same path or the same behavior. But when you combine truth plus grace, you create the perfect changing equation. And this is how real transformation happens. This is how I see people breaking free from patterns that they have been captive for years in their lives. Now that you hopefully understood this equation, think about your own life. What are the real truths that you're not seeing, or you don't want to see it, that maybe if you put some grace, or if someone is in a position to help you with that, like I've been in a position to help a lot of people with truth and grace, think about those same issues, but in a different lens right now. And I want you to start writing down those things, because putting light, that's the very first step to make a change. Awareness is what uncover those things that you need to change. And by seeing it, you are able to start making those changes. So I really encourage you to do this exercise. And if you like this video, and if this video produced some sort of transformation in you, thank God, that's what I wanted. And put a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm always putting videos here about productivity, time management, neuroscience of habits, leadership, and other things, other topics. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope it made you reflect on very important things. And I'll see you on our next video. God bless you.